Following Bafana Bafana's impressive win over the number one ranked team in Africa, Morocco, semi-finalist in the Qatar World Cup, today we look at the state of our PSL. We look at the state of the South African Football League, or the DStv Premiership, whichever way you want to name it. Let's go. Welcome to Chosen Nation Sports. This is your boy Mujero Wait, just an ordinary guy discussing the beautiful game as I know it, discussing Kwile ya Mautu. Today I just want us to tackle, as I've said, the PSL, the South African Premier League. Yeah, PSL, South African Premier League, or the DStv Premiership. I want us to discuss it. I've got a panel of my friends who are going to help me tonight to navigate and to discuss in full the PSL and its state as it is now. So before we start off with anything, just wanna say rest in peace. The only South African coach who has won, the only coach of Bafana Bafana who have won us the AFCON 1996, Clive Barker. With that being said, we saw a dedication from Lepasa when he scored the second goal, the most crucial goal against Morocco, and he did the landmark celebration near Clive Barker we've known, with hands over like a flaming machine. So a game, I thought Bafana Bafana were impressive. I thought there's a few players that stood up, but I like to give credit to the whole team. The way they conducted themselves. I'm not sure if Morocco did expect that Bafana Bafana would go guns blazing, having seen both of them have already qualified, so they were just playing for the number one spot. But Bafana Bafana from the word go were impressive. They had numerous chances to kill the game, but they couldn't do it. I think we lack quality in that part of the field just to finish off opponents. But I think it was a shock to Morocco that Bafana Bafana came like that, and a huge credit to Hugo Bruce's man. Thembazwane in second half was a beast. Pesitao is Pesitao. He's our most important player, our most valuable asset in South Africa at the moment. And I thought Morena played very well. I still don't understand how Morena at Sundows still gets to be on the bench. I don't know. I'm not a Sundows supporter, but I like Morena played impressive. Obviously, we could have scored. That's why I said we had numerous chances to kill the game. The last one coming in the 89th minute from Tebogo Mokoena and open goal, and he missed it. But overall, a good performance. I hope we can continue with what we have now. I hope we can have consistency, because Bafana Bafana in the past haven't really been consistent. I think that's the problem with our national team. That's why we don't even qualify for this big tournament. This is the first tournament that we've qualified for. I don't know for how long, because I know the previous ones were not qualified because we were the host. But now we qualified for So big up to Hugo Bruce, big up to Bafana Bafana, which brings us to our first question, which brings us to our first topic that we're gonna discuss today. Is people are saying Bafana Bafana success it depends on Mamelodi Sundows success. In some senses you could say yes. The progression or the participation in CAF Champions League games have made Mamelodi Sundowns players to adapt to or to play against one of the top opponents in Africa. So they go to the north, they go to the west, and the west is a very difficult place to go. They go play there, they gain experience, they play against the best, they play in hostile situations, in hostile stadiums, and that that character of just one line. And which I posted a question to my friends, and big up to all the guys that really interacted with me and answered the questions that I've posted to them. And if you haven't done that, you can also have your say in the comment section. I'll post the questions to you. I'll give you my say. I'll give you what the guys have said as well, and you can have your own say as well in the comment section. Remember, when you are busy commenting there, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and share the video. So let's get down to it. So the first question I posted was, what do you think of Down's dominance in the PSL? Obviously, we've known they've won the league 6 times in a row, and it seems like no one's gonna stop them. I think they're gonna win 2-3 seasons in. They're still gonna win those 2 championships. We see Orlando Pirates or Karbatlanyana, but I think Mamelodi Sundowns is just up there. They're up the level. And what do you think of it? I think it's bad for the PSL, honestly. I know a lot of people might disagree with me, but I think it's bad for the PSL. It's bad for advertising PSL to the other teams. It may look like the PSL is now becoming a farmers league because Sundowns is dominating week in, week out, year in, year out, and you also have a team that is playing constantly in the CAF Champions League, and they move on to the knockout stages. They move to the semi-final. They just went out in the semi-final. So they can play 3-4 games in 7 days, but they can still come back and win the league title with few games to spare. And as Babangba, Amakhosi Amatle, Orlando Pirates, Super Sport, Morocco Silos, Cape Town City, Amazulu, Skukune, TX Galaxy, Marumo Gallants, now newly promoted Cape Town City, Polokwane City, we are just not doing anything. We are just like, we are holding the candle for Mamelodi Sundowns to come and take it. And obviously, I used to blame Mamelodi Sundowns a lot. I used to blame them that they just buy players and just put them on the bench and do all those sort of things. Like if they cripple the opponent, I use the word, like they cripple the opponent. If they play against you and there's a player that is very dangerous, they're gonna buy him and put him on the stands. That's how Mamelodi Sundowns used to run. But now, I think I've changed my statement. I think I do not blame Mamelodi Sundowns entirely. I think now it has to go down to the other teams as well. How are they conducting themselves? You've got 2 of the biggest teams in Africa probably and chasing the shadows of Mamelodi Sundowns. They've got the most I think they've got the sponsorship deals of Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. I think none in the PSL can even match that. Even I can go as far as the continent. It means those teams are making money. Those teams are getting money from those sponsorships. So to not compete with Mamelodi Sundowns on that level every year in, year out, and not be able to compete, I think it's dismal. I think it's just disappointing. I think it's just disappointing that Mamelodi Sundowns can just win 6 league titles and we just watch them every single season. Who to blame? Who do we blame? Do you blame the team? Do you blame the players? Do you blame the technical team? Who do you blame? I think it all rests with the owners. I would say it rests with the owners, it rests with the management. I would say this, Manchester United as well. We are in crisis mode at the moment because of what? Because of bad management. I once said this in one of my videos that 2 of the biggest institutions, 2 of the biggest, most followed teams around the world are being let down by the management. Like, I think the less said about Chiefs and Mamelodi Sundowns, the more. So let's go to the comments. The comments. Okay, I've got one from Bakang. Bakang says Downs are the best team by far. I think they will stay at the top for years. Reason being is that they invest more in quality players. They really know how to work as a team. The strategy of having more coaches bring class to the team. Petman says Downs dominate is good for their side since they have a vision for it. to recognize as one of the best in the world. That's another reason why they made a deal with Rock Nation, with Jay-Z Sports Agency. Hence, we've seen recently the well-known DJ Khaled wearing the t-shirt, but I believe it was just Rock Nation performing a PR stance for someone, but the dominance is affecting viewership. Remember, Downs doesn't have many fans like Chiefs and Pirates, so many Chiefs and Pirates like myself no longer watch PSL because it's no longer competitive. Just imagine how many Kaizer Chiefs fans have stopped watching the PSL because of a team which does not have a lot following the dominance of Mamelodi Sundowns. Exactly what I said. Dominance of Sundowns is not good for South African football. It is not good for the PSL as a franchise. South Africa is not a bad nation for football, just corruption, Ekawata development. The leadership is old. Chairperson of a team is a chairperson of SAFA and a chairperson of the PSL. Correct. Everything. But Sundowns will continue until there's someone who can compete. Maybe Stellenbosch. Oh, okay. Sundowns. Sundown's unbelievable, brilliant, nice, should encourage other teams to try and match their excellence. Filling all positions with quality overall should be seen as a role model. Kaizer Chiefs' name is bigger, player profile goes. Chiefs should carve out more money. Exactly. Chiefs magnitude their thing. It's a pull on itself. When you are the Kaizer Chiefs, you don't have to convince a player that much. You just need to pop up the money. The problem with Kaizer Chiefs, I love this team. I've gone from before I do that, but they don't like paying money. I think I'm gonna go to the next question. I think it was saying about your lows and your highs about your team. Which team which team do you support? Which is Kaizer Chiefs? What is your highs and what is your low? Kaizer Chiefs for me, there's no highs. There's no highs. Like, honestly speaking, there is no highs. Kaizer Chiefs has been dismal for 8 years now. We haven't won a trophy in 10 years now, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So we don't like competing. We don't like putting our money where our mouth is. There's a signing Mandieta from Stellenbosch to Mamelodi Sundowns. It is a great signing for Mamelodi Sundowns, but for me it is not necessary. Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates needed that signing more than Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns, they've got Mailula, they've got Serino, they've got Allende, they've got Zwane. We do not have anyone. I'm speaking, okay, we don't have anyone. We don't have anyone with that caliber Mandieta in our team. He could have been a great addition, but because Araton Sazak, that's what happens. That's what happens. Let's hear what people are saying. I'm saying there's no highs for Kaizer Chiefs. It's all low. Pakang says, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs supporter and they're pathetic. I blame the players. Coach Casey, I support Mamelodi Sundowns. Mangoba Mnuti is the main man at Downs and sidelining him will not benefit the team. Watch the space. Personally, I'm not a fan of Rulani, the coach, and disappointed that he just signed a new deal. Yeah, he's just signed a 4-year new deal. And in that deal includes Mangoba, getting rid of Mangoba from that team. He doesn't want Mangoba anymore in Sundowns. Rumor has it, but I think rumor has it that he doesn't want it. I still believe Mangoba should be the coach. Only God knows what Laila K did to be sold again. Very disappointed. Laila K's loan has been completed and apparently he's going to be sold. Rulani doesn't suit Rulani's play, or he's not in Rulani's plans. Mareko Bazir, PSL to become competitive again, finance affordability, Chiefs pays more, but funds are misused. I think I'm right. Some supporters didn't like how we ended the season. Coach must stop being naive and being favoritism. Low or the lows is the calf loss. Mvala should be sold on goal, both legs. It was a disgrace. And the high was the beaten run. Playing Chiefs and Pirates without a loss. Do you see? This is what matters to rivals. They beat, but definitely Chiefs and Pirates 2 games. But Manala sometimes Pirates were chill. Pirates beat them with the MTN 8. This is a lie. Pirates beat them with the MTN 8. They were knocked out by Orlando Pirates. Speaking of the CAF loss, Mamelodi Sundowns went through the CAF competition without a loss, but they still managed to get out. How? Goal different or goal away rule. I know there's people who doesn't understand football to that point, but it's because of the FIFA, not the FIFA, the CAF away rule. So Wydad scored 2 goals here, and Sundown didn't score anything at their home. So they've got 2 away goals, which is equal to 3 or 4 goals. It depends on how CAF sees them. So let's move on. We move on to the third question. The question was, I'm losing my questions, guys. I'm losing my questions. How is your team's transfer activity so far? Kaizer Chiefs, I know they've already signed Ditokwe, if I'm pronouncing right. They've already signed Msimango. As I said, Edson Castilla, Ruma, he's on his way to Nacharena. Tanzania has been sealed from January, Mduduzi from Cape Town City. Pule Modi, we just learned recently from a good reliable source, Unplayable on Twitter, saying he is going to Kaizer Chiefs. He was even seen going to the new. Remember, we are not sponsored by Nike anymore, so he was seen going to the Kappa shoot. So he will be revealed as also got the new kid. So him as well. Obviously, we saw Genzana going to Romania, and also Genzana going. And also today we've just learned Nange is gonna leave for free as well. He has been released. You know, there's two characteristics that are similar with Mamelodi and not Mamelodi and Kaizer Chiefs and Man United. We can't seem to sell players. Like Manchester United and Kaizer Chiefs, they can't sell players. Guys, please let's go back in history and find out. Put your comments there. Please let me know. When was the last time when Kaizer Chiefs and Man United made a profit by a signing? Arawali then James retile litika for vote retile off. Besides Dan James, let me know in the comment section as well. And obviously the Ranga Chivaviro, the Marumo Gallants player, that story is very dangerous. I had Mazola's tweet. Ranga Kavivu is going to be the story of the transfer window. He went to re-sign the preseason with Richards Bay. He wanted to go to Pirates. He wanted to go to Chiefs. The Saudis are looking for him. So only time will tell where is he going. So I need to realize. So some of the Sundowns players, obviously, I've just said Coach Runa signed a 4-year deal. Is it good for Mamelodi Sundowns? I think, given the progress that Mamelodi Sundowns has made over the season, I think he deserves a new deal. A 4-year deal, though, I am not sure. Maybe they're looking into the future. They're trying to tie him down. Because remember, Al Ahly once came looking for him to come and coach the Egyptian Giants. So maybe they're looking into the future. Hashim Domingo has left Mamelodi Sundowns and has joined Raja Casablanca. Mamelodi Sundowns are looking to sign as well Olo Tumakanya. They're looking to sign, obviously, Laila Keke is going to go. We've spoken about Mendieta is going to sign a 3-year deal. And French League One club Monaco, they want to sign Keishes Mailula. I also had rumors that Shalulile Zwane and I think there's another one wants to sign. No, the Saudis are calling. Hey, the Saudis are calling. So let's go to Pirates. There's a few names I've got. Petuzi Abudas. He was playing with Bafana. Had a fantastic game. Bafana Bafana. Apparently Pirates are in for him. Serrero, Mamelodi Sundowns, Chiefs and Pirates. He's a free agent. We're all fighting for him. But I heard Coach Pitoko, his new team in UIE, are looking for his signature as well. So it's a battle there. And Mamelodi Sundowns, Orlando Pirates and Golden Arrows are still in talks for Bucks to sign the defender Sicelo Tlatwayo. And obviously Pirates new signing Katla Otladisha has put pen to paper a 3-year deal. And Skukune obviously have signed former Supersport United midfielder Jamie Weber. And as well, Supersport are looking for Nange. Gavin has been a fan of Nange, even though Kaizer Chiefs was playing. So obviously he should go there. Nokovic, we could see Nokovic playing for Cape Town City. He's been training there. But remember, there's a story there. Royal MO, Nokovic and his agent 12 million, and they were set a deadline and didn't pay it. So we'll see how that story unfolds. So now they're taking FIFA. They were ordered by FIFA, but now they're taking FIFA into court. So South African football, I didn't check about it. So let's go to our comments. Let's see. Coach KC says, personally, we have players we have not even used, and I think they should be given an opportunity instead of going out and buying players. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. West Are Sundows dominance shows how things are run in South Africa. South Africa needs reconstruction. Okay. Transfers, he says no comments. His team is not confirming. He's not doing anything. Karabo says Mendieta, happy, quality player. Obviously, he won't be a bench player. There's a Stellenbosch player that they want to sign. I think that's the one I told you, the defender as well. Tulan Serrara also on the list. So there's a lot going on. Let me know as well what you like. Let me know if you've got other names that are capable and then that come into your team as well. So let's go to the next question. The next question that I posted was where's the question? Lastly, what needs to happen for the PSL to be competitive again? Number one, I've already said, we need to bring the elite into this league. We need to make the PSL the league of dreams. We should stop this thing of buying status. A team from the ABC Municipal League, a team from the lower ranks of South African football, from all the way Castle to Chippies, need to envy to be in the league. It has to be a dream for them to make it to the PSL, not to buy their way into the PSL. That's number one. Number two, we need to start chopping from the top. We need new management. We need fresh ideas. We need people who are invested, who are passionate. Passionate about South African football. We need like, this is a problem in South Africa, not just in football. All people don't want to take retirement. I don't understand what is give fresh blood the platform to come. You've had your chance. Now leave. Let other people come in. So no more selling of statuses. Make the PSL the elite again. And like, guys, the Premier League. What the Premier League did is they share their TV rights money. Meaning what? Wherever you see Man United versus Brighton, Man United, it doesn't mean Man United they're gonna share it. So like, every team in the EPL has money to maintain itself. Now in the PSL, we don't have that. That will actually bring me to my last question of women football in Africa. So we need to get rid of the old people, bring new and fresh ideas. Let's go to our comments. Bakang says fairness and an introduction of VAR. The introduction of VAR needs all the games to be broadcast live, and we do not have that at the moment in South Africa. You only see a few games broadcasted. I had Mamkiza saying, I think out of 5, they've agreed that his home games bonds are only 2, and that is not counting when he plays against the big team. So you can see we are still far. Coach KC says, we need owners who are able to spend money in buying quality players. At the moment, Sundows buys any player they want. Players go to Sundows for security and better pays. This weakens the league. So salaries of players is a big problem. Coming from a disadvantaged country, obviously, if Mamelodi Sundows comes to me and says, Jerry, Chosen Nation Sports, we're gonna give you 10,000 rand a week to go and do your podcast as a Mamelodi Sundows podcaster. I'm gonna go there. I support Kaizer Chiefs, but I'm gonna go where the money is. Money speaks. That is why you see a lot of people are going to the Saudi League, because money speaks. So we need to get to the level of what? The level of competitiveness. We need people on the same level. So where's I think where's it says leadership. They are old. Chairperson of a team in the PSL, they need to change. So Again, he speaks of leaderships. Bazero, okay, Bazero doesn't answer that. Okay, Karabo, let's go to Karabo. Karabo says, answer is like the first question that he said that people need to be, they need to buy quality in all departments, not just the players. They need to cough up, they need to be smart, they need to level up. They need to, I think he speaks about release clauses that if you see potential in your player, you give him a contract that release clause are very expensive. He makes an example of Gavi and Benzema. When he first went to Madrid, his release clause was about 1 billion. Gavi paid 3 as well for Barcelona. They made a release clause that wanted to be 1 billion, so that Barca what was Katla and look to buy those players. And if you sell them with a buyback release clause. And you must release the funds and stop being staged. I think the biggest problem that we have in South African football is that only the elite one up that benefit from sponsors, that benefit from TV rights, that benefit from everything. And that is also a problem, a big problem when it comes to PSL, because the top are only eating, the bottom are not getting anything. And you see now, that is why most owners sell status. It's very difficult to run a PSL team in South Africa, because I think the grant is approximately 20 million per month, and you got players that earn 1 million a week. So it's very difficult. So we need to have a level ground where teams are sustainable without even without the owners dipping into their pockets and paying players or technical team salaries. So we're still far away. So the last question is, what do you think of Kev enforcing teams to have women's teams? So basically, for me, I can be controversial, but I think it's reality. I think Kev enforcing this, for me, is a big problem. I might be wrong, but what has Kev done to improve women football? What has Kev done to go into those individual countries where they compete every time in the Kev Champions League, and giving them something to start or to develop a women's team? Why can't Kev go to like Orlando Pirates, Kaizer Chiefs, and give them okay, we are gonna give you 10 million, go start a women's team? Because to run a PSL men's team at the moment, it's very difficult for some owners. Now you're adding double stress. You want them to have a women's team. Guys, don't get me wrong, I am for women's development, I am for women's football, but we need to be realistic. Some of these owners can't even manage to manage their team. Men's. What about the women's one? Let us invest in women's football. Let us not just say women must be at the same level of men. They are when it comes to playing, but are we investing in them? In South Africa, only recently we have a women's professional league, thanks to Hollywood Bet. Before that, it was non-existent. Bafana were just playing. I don't know how you have to give it to them, because those ladies to go and play in competitive matches and win in competitive leagues and competitions and win without having a domestic league. But thanks to Hollywood Bets, now we do have that. But to enforce it to other teams, by the way, maybe they don't have budget for that. For me, it is not fair. It's just my take. It is not fair. Let's go to the comments. Go. The way to go, women need a chance and be given an opportunity to shine. I mean, look at how Bafana dominate. Very cool. Exactly, Bafana. But look at how they're being compensated. Only recently now, by saying how we AFCON, and it was a battle for them to get their monies. And Baba Tsepi Tseton. This is what I'm saying. You can't just support women by saying. You have to financially. You have to be invested in women's football. Coach KC, a women's sport is the next big thing. This is the step in the right direction as women's football coach. We need it, and it will benefit the women. So Coach KC is a women's coach, and he says we definitely need it in this country. So, and West RA should have been done a very long time ago. Needs sponsorship and support. I am agreeing with you. We should have started a bit. Like, look at Europe. Europe, they've got leagues for women. They've got leagues for under 20s. They've got leagues, reserve league. We only recently started League Disky Challenge and as a card. And now, like, guys, now I'm speaking in terms of sort of in the PSL, and I've done my research before coming in. Okay, let's not say research, but I went to Google and said how many countries in Africa have women's leagues, and it didn't give me a straight answer. It didn't give me a straight answer. That's how far we are in Africa for women's football. But if you look at the women that are playing, if you look at the AFCON that just recently played where Banyana won it, you can see the quality of football that those women do. And I would agree with them. That's quality. But we need to invest. We need to invest in women's football. But to enforce teams, Babas Nanchelete, why can't we have grants for women's football as well? Karaware. Women's team, we are all human beings and should be treated fairly. It's a good initiative. Women's soccer has improved, especially Banyana won AFCON, Sundowns, Kev. Yes, Banyana Sundowns, women's Sundowns team won the Kev. Given enough to be supported. Stop criticizing Sundowns, Bayern, Chelsea, and not Real Madrid and Barcelona. This one is personal. Why must you not criticize? If you must criticize, you must criticize our own opinion. You are also saying we must criticize Real Madrid and Barcelona. But anyways, I'm saying let's invest in women's football. We can't just say, we're investing. No, we need to minoritarize the women's league. We need sponsors to come on board. And for us to do that, we need to start with the PSL. Because it starts with the mother body. PSL and SAFA. We need to start at SAFA. We need new leadership at SAFA so that funds and sponsorships can now go down to the PSL, from the PSL to the ABC to the Women's League. It has to be spread through. Otherwise, if you still have those, like, I've never understood this. Even Hugo Bruce, when he came to Bafana Bafana, this is the first time a owner of a team, being chairman of the board of PSL, being a member of the board of COSAFA. It has never happened. We won. We don't have anything against those guys. And we thank you so much for shaping South African football to where it is today. But it is time to move on. We've moved from Brand Baloi, Itumeleng Kune, Rowan Fernandez, Kev Noise, Karen Peterson, Brice Vuma, Abianale, Mandla Masango, Collins Mbesuma, David Radebe, Geld Skalvik, Jose Torrealba, Josta Dladla, 10-111, Athazwane, Shoes, the late Musheu, the late Skarang Gomez, Dr. Kuma. We've moved through all these names. Guys, can we fix our football? As unbelief. Can we fix it for those guys that I've mentioned? So, until we meet again, and thank you so much to all those guys who were interacting with me. But remember, you still also have a chance. Get into the comment section. Let me know what you think of the questions that we discussed today. Give me your own opinion. And when you do that, we need on your likes, subscribe, and that notification bar. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it. I'm out.